that's a very profound sort of insight that brings about, because right now we're like one of the most connected yet alienated and lonely societies
Hmm.
probably ever.
Yeah.
uh and a lot of it's because of just the sense of financial and resource scarcity that we need to work constantly to keep up with, and to stay above water. Do you think this sort of incentivization in society to always get more money, to invest and to
Mhm.
do all this stuff, do you think that draws the you can draw connections to that in our current society and the alienation we face now?
Yeah. So religiously, the biggest verse, the one you'll always hear when you talk about Jesus and money, is for the love of money is the root of all evil. That's the one I'm sure you've heard a million times, and even people that don't know anything about the Bible have heard someone say that in one way or another. But that is the biggest thing, is that Jesus at that point, he wasn't saying that money is the root of evil, but he's saying the love of money was the eternal pursuit, the greed, the need for it, because they believe that money is actually more important than their relationships with people, which I believe is one thing that tears apart the church. If you look at the televangelists with the prosperity gospel that say, you give to me and I guarantee that more money will be coming your way. And it's like, you're not supposed to make the Christian church a money based incentive system. Like, that's not what God wanted. The Bible says, give and you will be blessed, but that doesn't necessarily mean if you give people money, you're going to be financially blessed. That means you give people money and you'll be blessed by God in your own life. You'll be blessed with happiness. You'll be blessed with interconnection. Like, you'll form a heart to heart connection with that person because they understand that you care for them. Like, yeah, I believe that the endless pursuit of money in our society ultimately separates us. But money itself isn't as much the villain as the pursuit.
So what you're saying is it's not necessarily the existence of money. It's
Mm-hmm.
more the societal and cultural sort of forces that force us to pursue money uh to no end, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um so with that being the case, the only way to move past that would have to be to advancing to a society that just isn't based on that. Slowly, probably, but eventually.
Yeah, and well, that is an idea, and that is obviously a very abstract idea, because
Yes, very.
the manner and how everything happens is very
That's where the
obviously.
debate comes in. Yeah.
Mhm. And it's hard to say that with just human nature itself we could ever function into a society. I believe that wealthless society would be very difficult but possible, but a classless society, I feel like, is would almost be impossible with the natural human nature to form groups and then try to build up their own group by tearing others down. Like, you see that all over the world of people being afraid of what's different than them, which is where a lot of, believe it or not, racism comes from.
No,
But
that's a great insight, and I agree with that. That's one thing that I think will be the most difficult between the stateless, classless, moneyless society. I think actually the classless, the that need for classification of humans will probably be the most difficult. So I think you're right about that.
Mhm. Because
Um,
everyone is always
yeah,
searching for identity, they're always searching for a group to belong to.
yeah, no, I think that's a really good point, which I think a lot of people on the left use class actually as a means of uh you know sort of playing to that sort of need of being in a group. They say, well, we're in the working poor, we're in the working class, we're in the working
Mm-hmm.
poor, we are not a part of the ownership class. So they sort of we exploit that sort of the class aspect of our society in sort of a similar way that I guess capitalists would sort of exploit theirs, except theirs is more of a monetary function and ours is more of an organizational function, though
Mm.
theirs is organizational very much as well. Do you think